The energy management tool starts with the phrases, I will be, I will feel, I will experience, or I am being, I am feeling, I am experiencing. Why? I was guided to start writing affirmations that way. You see, affirmations or I am statements are powerful. When we tell ourselves something, we begin to believe it. When we are told negative things, the mind gets programmed with those things and starts believing them. Well, we're going to undo any of that programming you have. You are going to start deciding for yourself who you will be, what you will feel, and what you will experience. And you're going to do it in real time. I am being, I am feeling, I am experiencing, or I will be, I will feel, I will experience. And then below that, there's a place for you to kind of condense that. I am. And then kind of take a little of all of those and give yourself a kind of a summary for the day. Now I know you're maybe thinking, well, what about doing those things? I can say I am a lot of things, but what about the doing? We're going to get to the doing later. Don't worry so much about the doing right now. I'll teach on doing later. We'll get to how to manifest all of that later. Right now, let's just identify, who do you want to be? What do you want to feel? And what do you want to experience? You see, that is the authentic you. That is when you stop letting the people in the cheap seats, or your mind, or the programming, what you've been taught, or your old stories, define you. That is when you step up and you are doing true self-care. Not going out and get a pedicure. Not that there's anything wrong with it. But maybe while you're getting a pedicure, you're deciding all of this, because sometimes that's why people do those things, is because that's in those moments of pampering themselves, that's when they have the downtime to tune into self and think about these things, or feel into these things. Actually, it's not think about, really, it's feel into, because the mind is never going to take you there. That is why things like meditation help, because it's feeling into them. That is the other thing to know. When you're doing these exercises, the mind is not the place to do them. Drop into the heart space. Drop into here. This isn't about what you think. This is about what your heart knows. I have a friend that challenged me once and said, not what you think, what do you know? And they also challenged me and said, not what you feel. They were wrong on that challenge, but they were right on not what you think. It's what you know, and not what you know here. What you know here. So, that is what the be, feel, and experience section is for. It's for you to come up with your daily affirmations for yourself. Because we are going to overwrite this programming so you stop living from here. So whatever your old stories were, whatever you have been told or programmed to believe, whatever has been running your life before stops. And you become sovereign over your life. And you start being, feeling, and experiencing what you in your heart space know. You, uniquely you, came here to be, feel, and experience. So you can start doing true self-care, which is whatever it takes to step into that life and be, feel, and experience, or vibrate at that frequency. Because when you do that, then the doing will happen. Because when we start vibrating at that frequency, when we start being, feeling, and experiencing life at that frequency, everything is energy. We start attracting to us what belongs in our lives. We attract the relationships, we attract the jobs, we attract the people. Now granted, until the whole world starts functioning this way, it's going to require a little more than that. It's going to require some yo-yo manifesting, which I don't like. Yo-yo manifesting is when you have to raise your vibration or focus on something more intently to manifest it than just raising your vibration to your vibrational frequency, but literally focus your vibration on something to bring it into your life. I don't like manifesting that way. It's not how manifesting should be. We should not have to manifest a job, manifest a car, manifest a house. We should not have to do that. Because if everyone was doing true self-care, then life would be flowing, energy would be flowing the way it is supposed to for everyone, and everyone's unique vibrational frequency, everyone being their unique selves, their one and only self, would cause the whole, everyone, to be living their heaven on earth experience. They would be being, feeling, and experiencing the life that their heart space knows they came here to live. And their I am would not be coming from here, the cheap seats. It would be coming from here. But that's what you're going to do. It starts with one person at a time. And even if the people around you aren't doing it, it will make a huge difference in your life when you start doing it. Because when you start living what you want to be, what you want to feel, what you want to experience, even if you don't attract everything in that you want, and relationships are the hardest. The things are the easiest. Because our guides, the universe, can maneuver things, the energy of things, much easier than it can the energy of other people. So relationships are much harder. Making your child be in the vibrational frequency they're supposed to, and therefore your relationship a 1 + 1 = 3, which is a harmonious relationship. That's trickier. But attracting the right job for you, the right car for you, the right house for you, that's easier to do. But relationships will even get better. They do. It may not be everything you want, but what starts happening is you start having this, not boundaries, not walls. You see, people say they want to be free. They want to live free. But then they start talking about, so I'm setting boundaries. What's free about boundaries? Freedom is when we live in our vibrational alignment. And we tell the world what they can expect of us. I know who I am. This is what you can expect of me. This is how I show up. I will be, I will feel, I will experience life this way. And then if others will be in relationship with us, the job, of course there's job descriptions, etc., the family, the friends, the children. I'll get back to that one. What, the mailman, the whoever. If the way we say you can expect me to show up in the world is not in alignment with them, if what they in agreement say back, you can expect this of me, because until somebody tells you what to expect of them or shows you what to expect of them, you can't expect. See, that's what unconditional love is. People do not understand the term unconditional. Unconditional love is not that you have this relationship where you allow someone to walk all over you. There's no conditions on my love. So I have to give it and they can do whatever to me and I'm supposed to just keep giving it no matter what. I'm supposed to be there. No. There's no conditions because you have no expectations of them. You have told them what they can expect of you. That's unconditional. You didn't put conditions. You didn't say, I expect this of you. So there was no conditions on you loving them. But you did tell them what to expect of you. And what you told them was, this is how I show up in the world. And I show up in the world respecting myself. And I don't get walked on. I don't get talked to that way. I don't get done that way. I don't work for less than this. I don't have my mail not left. I don't have my mail not picked up. Well, whatever the relationship is. Even children. There's that notion that because there are children, we are, for life, it has to be a certain way. No. If we're not in alignment, it is not healthy to continue the relationship. We are setting up negative energy loops. So no, that doesn't work. That's not healthy. So the healthy thing to do, the loving thing to do, the respectful thing to do is to step back out of that. But we can't do that if we don't know what we want to be, feel, and experience, if we don't know my I am statement, if we don't know who we are. So to manifest the life we want, the relationships we want, the job we want, the things we want, to know our self-care, to be free. Because that's what freedom is to know who we are and to practice true self-care and to show up in the world in that energy. That is freedom. Having all these boundaries and saying, no, I've got my boundaries. I expect you to be this way. That's my boundary. No. What you can expect of me is this. I expect nothing of you except what you say I can expect. I am going to be, feel, and experience this. What are you going to be, feel, and experience? That is why daily you write, I will be, I will feel, I will experience. This is how you get to know who you are. This is how you decide. This is how you reach your vibrational frequency. This is how you attract the relationships into your life that belong there. And then how you also, in loving energy, in the vibrational frequency of you, decide what relationships should no longer be in your life. Okay. I know what people can expect of me, and that is not in alignment with the job I have. So I need to find a different job, and I need to respectfully leave that job and explain that it's just we're not in alignment and leave the job. I know that my relationship with this family member is we are not in alignment. So respectfully, I need to try to talk with them about it. And if there's someone you can't talk to, then respectfully you just stay away. But and if the talk doesn't work, then you agree to disagree, or however you need to handle it. Handle it though with respect. Mutual respect. Respect at least on your part. Because it doesn't matter how they show up. That's the other part. When we are being, feeling, and experiencing life the way we say we are going to show up. When we know who we want to be, feel, what we want to experience. We are operating in that vibrational frequency, that freedom of this is me. I am free to be this person. This is me. This is my self-care. Being me. This is my vibrational frequency. This is the life I came here to live. And I'm plugged into that because when I am plugged into me, I have in my life what I'm supposed to. And everything shows up in my life as it is supposed to. And I am doing that so that the rest of the world can do the same. And we all have in our lives what we're supposed to. Then the way you manage, even walking away from out of a negative loop or an energy deficit loop is respectfully. But all of that comes from every day identifying, I want to be, I want to feel, and I want to experience. So, that's why it starts with, I will be, I will feel, I will experience. And then there's a few lines down below to say, I am. And then you just say who you are. I am your name, being a few words, feeling a few words, experiencing a few words. And then every time you pass a mirror, say your I am statement for the day. Kind of have it written down on your phone or something. And if you don't pass some mirrors, then pull up your phone and pull up your camera and look at the camera and tell yourself. Because you need to start telling yourself who you are. Reprogramming yourself. Because we have been programmed to believe we are what other people want us to be. That we are less than what we know here we are. Or what we want to be. What our heart knows the story to be. We have been programmed that that is not who you are. You are not the successful, abundant person that you want to be. No. You're the daughter of so-and-so who's never going to have that career you're talking about. Or you're never going to have that romance you're talking about. That's storybook stuff. That stuff doesn't exist. Yes, it does. We can be, feel, and experience what we decide. Our heart knows the story. We write those stories. All of these things telling us that we cannot have these high vibrational things, that is because we have let people talk us out of them. They have said the newness that you feel in new relationships or new jobs or new whatever is a chemical reaction that has to wear off. No, it is not. No, it is not. The newness wears off because you start falling back into old patterns, because you start believing old programming. Well, I'm in this new thing and it's making my life everything I always wanted it to be, and I'm feeling this and I'm experiencing this, but I'm doing stuff that, I'm not doing all the stuff I was, and we start falling back into old patterns and we stop putting the energy into the new life. We have to make space for the new life. We can't be, feel, and experience a new life if we stay in the old. We cannot do that. We can't live the old story and the new story too. We can't let the family tell us it's going to be this way and please them and keep the new, good, high vibrational stuff too. We can't straddle that. We can't do that. We will lower our vibration, and when you take the energy out of the new, you will sabotage it. You can't straddle it. Believe me. You can't. No matter how much you believe in this, you will pull energy out of it, and you will fall back into your old programming, and you will believe it's not for you, and you will fall back into this. That is why we don't look at the old stories, which we're going to get to talking about. We don't put energy into the old stories. We put the energy into the present, to what we want to be, feel, and experience. That is why it starts with, I will be, I will feel, I will experience, I am. Write that down every night or every day. Make it applicable to your real experience, your real life. Look at that. Do it from your heart space. Meditate if you want. Whatever helps. I have on YouTube, and I will put it here as well, a meditation for be, feel, and experiencing where you can drop in there. I'm going to do some new ones for it as well. Some more current ones. Be, feel, and experience meditations. Activations. If you prefer that word. Visualizations, if you prefer that. I'm going to help you with this process. I'm going to help you be, feel, and experience the vibration that is uniquely you, so you can practice the self-care that helps you live your heart's desire, which is what we are here to do, so you can have the life that is heaven on earth, because that's what we're all here to live.